my name is Jenny McLean and I'm a psychology student at the University of New England, New South Wales, Australia. So today we're going to be talking about fears and phobias, more specifically a fear of heights and how to overcome that fear. So if you're one of those people who hate standing at the edge of a lookout or going on a roller coaster or even taking just one step on a ladder, stay tuned for tips and tricks and a step-by-step guide to help you overcome your fear. Acrophobia, or a fear of heights as it is most commonly known, can affect people quite differently, varying from situation to situation to different levels of intensity. Symptoms that somebody might experience include the heart racing, certainly that sense of fight or flight kicking in with hot sweaty palms and rush thoughts, and may even lead on to a panic attack and a real heightened sense of anxiety, which can feel quite debilitating. For some people, this might only kick in right in that situation. For others, even the thought of being in that scene or that environment would be enough to trigger those thoughts and feelings and those symptoms. So a little pause for thought before we get started. I would like you to change the name of your fear. Chances are you've been calling it a fear of heights. I would like you to change it to an irrational fear of heights, because a rational fear of heights is actually needed. If we didn't have a sense of fear or anxiety, then we'd probably find ourselves getting into more dangerous situations and hurting ourselves more than what you probably have done to this point. It is a part of our evolutionary makeup and it is needed. So what we're going to do today is we're going to work through your irrational fear of heights and bring it back to a more rational level using a step-by-step process that is simple to follow. You can be guided through at your own pace using our tips and tricks, and don't forget to bring on a cheer squad as well to help you on your path to overcoming this fear. So let's get started. Step 1. First of all, I would like you to grab a pen and a piece of paper. And what we're going to do is we're going to identify your fear. Now we have this umbrella term, which is the irrational fear of heights, but your fear is personal to you and everyone experiences it slightly differently. So I would like you to just sit and write out some thoughts and some notes and ideas that will actually collate to give you some clarity and understanding about your fear. So try and get as specific as possible to help you understand your fear. And once you've done this, we can move on to the next step. Okay, step 2. Well, first of all, if you've made it past step 1, well done, because even just thinking about the fear itself can be triggering, and if you've managed to get through that and get through it successfully, that's brilliant, so well done. Now we're here at step 2. What we'd like you to do, now you've identified your fear, we're going to write down a list of varying situations where you feel that sense of fear. If you could write about 10 to 20 on that piece of paper, that would be fantastic. And then what we're going to do is we're going to rate them from levels of 0 to 100. 0 being the least fear-inducing and 100 being the most fear-inducing, creating the highest level of discomfort. This is called the Subjective Unit of Discomfort Scale, or SUDS. Once you've done that, we'll be ready for step 3. Okay, a little pause for thought before we continue on to the next step. I would like you to consider having a bit of a cheer squad, whether it be a friend or family member, just having someone there who understands and provide you a little bit of a pat on the back where you need it will make such a huge difference for you. You might want to bounce some ideas off them, especially when you're collating that list of your, the hierarchy of fear. You might just need someone to support you, especially when you're working through facing those fears in that step-by-step process. Whatever stage you're at, just having someone there to have you back will certainly make a difference and definitely worth considering. Okay, we're at the final step. So well done. If you have already worked out and identified your fear, if you have already worked out and listed your hierarchy of fear, and you are now at this stage, that is absolutely brilliant. Well done. And just know that this next stage is absolutely possible. And just don't forget, make sure you have that cheer squad to have your back and give you that extra support when and where you need it. So this final step, we are going to work incrementally, slightly and gradually exposing you to different levels of fear. So this is what we call graded exposure. So first of all, for example, your first one will be a very, very low level of an irrational fear of heights. It might just be standing on a chair, okay? The next one might be standing on a table. And then we build up and build up. Maybe one following that would be standing on a friend's balcony and looking over at the ocean or down at the pool or whatever it might be. And then we gradually build up. Now this is a list once again that is personal to you, and you need to make sure you can pop that in a realistic order and incrementally progress through those different situations. Now a little tip, don't try and rush through them. Everyone's journey is completely different, and you need to work at your pace in your own time. So if you get to your third situation, your third scenario on your list, and it's taking a little bit longer than you'd like, stick with it. Just stick with it until it becomes comfortable. You might even have to think about it in a different way. Why isn't it working? Do you need to come back to the previous level? Maybe rethink your approach, rethink your thought processes, but just make sure you are completely comfortable in that current situation before you move on to the next one. So that is it. That is all the stages of how to overcome and work through your irrational fear of heights. I would absolutely love to hear how you've got on with this. So please don't be afraid to get in touch and reach out. I'm very excited to hear about people's journeys and progression. And I wish you the best of luck and all the support you need. Enjoy. Up on top, up on top.